Okay, so an interview from the creator of Black Clover, Yuki Tabata, was recently released. I missed it. It was March 20th of 2019. An interview came out where he spoiled or hinted and kind of spoiled and teased a whole bunch of stuff of the story. In particular, who's going to be the next Wizard King. He blatantly says some spoilers regarding Asta's Grimoire. This will be the first interview I believe I've covered of this author in particular, of like a full-blown interview of him by himself, and it's really interesting. I'm not gonna lie, like, this dude, you could tell he's passionate about his manga. You could tell he really is having a great time doing this, and he's also kind of like, he sounds like a big kid. Like, he just sounds super excited. So we're gonna cover this interview, and there's some bombshells in here, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, if you don't want to get spoiled, I guess, on some of the stuff of Black Clover, I guess hightail it out of here, but I ain't gonna lie, it's too interesting. I gotta talk about it. Let's go.
Whether Facebook, Twitter, or the two, make sure to steer clear, cause I'm coming through like...
Jump Festa 2019 interview Yuki Tabata. The creator of Black Clover talks about his hit series, March 20th, 2019. Once again, Team Jump made their way to the land of the rising sun, Japan. Editors John Bay, Marlene First, and Alexis Kirch, and letterer extraordinaire Annalise Christman got the chance to sit down with several creators and editors for some incredible interviews. First up, Tabata Sensei, creator of Black Clover. Team Jump asks, how do you stay motivated after creating almost 200 chapters of manga? So this was probably done around maybe the 190s, I'm imagining, because it's March 20th, so maybe late 190s, 197, I'm imagining, somewhere around there, 196. Tabata said, good question. Well, there's a lot of people looking forward to the next chapter, I hope. So that motivates me. Plus, there's a lot of stories that I still want to tell, so that keeps me going. Oh, and my wife wants me to keep it up. She wants me to keep working. Yeah, I know about wives wanting you to do your job, so I completely understand that. How is it working with your new editor? I think he's really good. He's a very serious person, and since I'm the exact opposite, it works well. Though I do feel a generation gap sometimes because he's so young. That's interesting, because I thought Tabata was young. He seems young, but regardless, it is kind of interesting to note that he got a new editor around this point. Black Clover in the past few months has been absolute fire, so him getting this new editor might have been one of the keys to really unlocking Tabata's ability. And what I mean by that is making his work turn into what it was already, you know, popping into some absolute fire, because latest chapters like 203 have been absolutely phenomenal, and I think this editor is really one of the keys to why Black Clover is just absolutely insane lately. I guess apparently the editor was cosplaying, because they asked how is his cosplay ability. Is that great from Black Clover that he's cosplaying today? He said, it's great, I'm so impressed. He supposedly made that outfit himself. I was wondering what he had been doing, but I'm blown away by the result, and he's doing different characters each day. That's really cool that they do things like that. Like, that's dope. If you could speak to Asta, what advice would you give him? Oh geez, advice? I feel he's a better person than me, so he should be giving me advice. Maybe I'd tell him if he really wants to win over Sister Lily, maybe he shouldn't be so aggressive. Okay, that kind of goes into the whole harem thing recently, if you've been caught up with chapter 203 and Nero. That kind of makes sense, I guess, a little bit about Asta with the ladies, because that's the one that he actually wants. All the other ones want him, but the one that he wants, he's coming off as like that. But Sister Lily is, you know, a nun. She's, yeah, anyway. Black Clover has so many amazing characters. How do you balance the story so each character gets some attention? Yeah, I'm not sure I'm doing that well. There's so many characters I want to feature more, so it's something I need to work on. When I hear from the fans about which characters they like, that does make me want to feature them more, but I'm not sure I'm balancing things well enough. The current arc has large groups fighting each other, so I'm trying to let each character get the spotlight, but it's not easy. I think I need to do better. Honestly, I feel the exact opposite. I feel he's being very humble. I think he's done an amazing job with giving, especially in this big arc that we've had, like all of this stuff with the elves and everything. Each character from the Black Bulls, at the very least, have gotten their time to shine. We got the whole Henry backstory, so I think he's been doing a great job with balancing a very large cast like Black Clover has. Just like, you know, how My Hero has a large cast, Black Clover's cast is pretty big, and we've been getting some pretty good character-driven stories, so yeah. Team Jump said, I thought making the characters who hadn't been featured much into enemies in this current arc was brilliant. Tabata said, oh, thank you. I do feel bad that some characters finally get their big moment only to then lose. Well, yeah, we got a lot of the characters that they were on the elf side, you know, they were taken over by the elves, and that was a good way as well of featuring some of these characters. Again, it's like, it takes me back to like the Justice League when we went with the animated series and it went unlimited and we had all of these new heroes, but we was only getting like, you know, one an episode and stuff like that when there's so many of them. And I think, again, Tabata using the whole elf, you know, getting put under control was a genius way of allowing more characters to be featured and not just having the same characters, because sometimes that does get dull. If we had just non-stop the same 3 characters over and over and over, it gets stale, so it's a good break. What sort of magic did he use to create a character as amazing as Mereoleona, you know, Fuego Leon's sister? Tabata laughs. He says, thank you, that makes me so happy. I probably did use magic. I was under so much pressure that I had to use magic. Mereoleona is a character that has a lot of rage in her, and that's something that everyone has a little bit of inside them, right? And so do I. Sorry for being negative, but I think she was born when all my anger had built up and was finally released. Then another thing, Team Jump says, what is the most important aspect of a character's design for you in Black Clover? Tabata says, let's see. I think making sure the characters are easy to remember is important, like giving them traits that make it easy for the readers to remember them. But the most important thing for me is to feel good drawing them. If I'm getting frustrated, I'll change them a bit. I kind of keep designing until the characters feel really good to draw, so it's all based on my feelings. That's important to me. I've actually been studying a bit more into drawing and learning because I've been passionate about that since I was young as well, and I'll tell you right now, that is definitely something that I've come across, and you know, I'm very early on in learning more about art and stuff like that. But when I'm drawing a character design that I want to stay as like, okay, I like this character design, if you're thinking about, okay, I gotta draw this very often, then you want to kind of get it to a point where it's very easy for you, because if it's constantly difficult, then you're gonna get pissed off, especially when you're drawing like multiple angles, turning the character around. You're gonna get very, you know, like, holy cow, this is too annoying. So definitely making it a lot more easier or better feeling drawing is a good tip from Tabata Sensei. Team Jump says some manga artists will have their characters change pretty dramatically after they introduce them, but Black Clover characters seem really solid from their first appearance. Tabata Sensei said, oh, I think you're right. They don't change too much. I do get more used to drawing them, so the parts that change is that I'm able to draw them easier. Team Jump then asked, do you consider the elves to be the bad guys? This is where it starts getting juicy. They're talking about the plot. No, they aren't bad. I think they are good people. Part of the reason they became like that is because they were good people. They aren't bad. The thing is, well, I'm not sure how much I should reveal, but yeah, I think the chapters where the devil was revealed wasn't out yet, so he even kind of spoiled stuff then. This is crazy. Should I say this? There's something else out there. I think by the time the arc is over, you'll see that they aren't bad. There's a real evil still out there. The elves are actually nice people. Which, again, spoiler for back then. That's crazy that he put out. You can tell that this dude loves doing this. Will a character based on your dog, Amelie, appear in the manga? Not as of right now, but that might be a good idea. It might be real funny to create a human version of Amelie. I think that's how you pronounce it. Though Nero is a bit like her. I'll have to think about that one. Yo, even that was crazy that he was, you know, hinting about Nero. You cut Finral's hair and he doesn't have a girlfriend yet. Will he get one soon? Annalise said, 2 years ago you said he'd get one. Tabata said, oh, that's right. Then he might get one. He has a chance now with that one girl, but I'm not sure what I should do yet. Who do you want him to end up with? And Annalise said, I just want him to be happy. Tabata Sensei said, I see. After reading the recent chapters, I feel like Nozel might become the next Wizard King. Am I right? Team Jump asked Tabata. And that's right there where yeah, the spoilers feel like they're coming out. Oh, can I reveal this? Should I reveal this? What should I do? Can I say this? I'll tell you if you want me to. And Team Jump was like, actually, I don't want to be spoiled. Well, I just noticed how well you've developed Nozel from a total jerk to a good guy. Tabata said, thank you so much. Team Jump said, was that planned from the start? Tabata said, well, I wasn't sure how I was going to do it, but I did plan on him being good from the beginning, but I'm not sure how good of a job I did, though. Which, by the way, the character design for Nozel, very heavily inspired by another manga that he did before this called Hungry Joker. It was the main character, Haiji's brother. He definitely was straight up from that design. So I can imagine that that's a favorite design of Tabata's, which, again, next Wizard King, I don't know. They asked, please tell us a few characters that could be a good Wizard King. He said, who would be a good Wizard King? Well, I'll start off with Nozel. Laughs. Yeah, more than likely, my theory and everything that everybody's been saying, Nozel is going to be the next Wizard King on top of this interview. Like, he's basically like, I don't know, unless he's really trolling, Nozelle's next Wizard King, but let's continue. Nozelle or Fuegoleon, or, well, I guess I'll throw in Yami as well. Either he's really trolling, or Yami is definitely not going to be the next Wizard King at all, which it makes sense. Yami wouldn't want that position. Fuegoleon was a good one for a long time. I think that's probably where Tabata was heading until Nozelle was just like, yo, that's probably one of his favorite designs, and he probably wants to keep drawing him in a really cool way, which Wizard King is a great way. And then John said, Yami's my favorite. Tabata said, thank you so much. Annalise said, why is the writing in Asta's Grimoire different from everyone else's? Another big spoiler incoming. This is a flat out one, so get ready. Tabata says, oh, well, that's... Can I reveal that? Everyone laughs. It's because the text is in the demon language. That's why only his is different. Makes sense. Asta's connection to the devil, all of that definitely makes sense. Wow. Team Jump said, thank you so much for your time. Tabata said, no, thank you for having me. Wow. So I definitely say out of all of that we got, for starters, one of the major spoilers is the next Wizard King. More than likely, he was hinting at it's Nozelle. He was almost blatantly saying it's Nozelle after he started laughing. Again, it could be Fuegoleon. Yami seemed like it was a throwaway idea, but Yami's not going to happen. Yami's not going to take the position, and honestly, I don't know. I think the character change for Nozelle has been so incredible that it's clear as day he's saying Nozelle for next Wizard King, and also the text is in the demon language in Asta's Grimoire, so Asta got his Grimoire from the devil to begin with. Like, just so many different things that also was kind of revealed in the manga as we've been going, like little hints here or there, but man, freaking crazy. For the first full-blown interview I've covered of Yuki Tabata, author of Black Clover, honestly, a lot of gems in this one, and I'm curious what you guys think about this. Do you think that confirms Nozelle next Wizard King? Also, what do you think about Tabata kind of hinting more and more about Asta's Grimoire being from the demons? Do you think that Asta is just straight up demon, and that's why he don't have magic? Demons don't have magic to begin with, or... So many different speculations, and your overall thoughts after this interview from the creator of Black Clover, Yuki Tabata. Really was hinting at some crazy stuff. Also some interesting tidbits there on how he works, and a lot of cool little, I guess, trivia for upcoming artists and how they do their designs. And your overall thoughts and expectations for the future of Black Clover. Sorry I missed out on this one, but this was March 20th, 2019, and it was a pretty juicy one. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Please hit the bell to get all notifications. You got to hit it, I believe, twice to get all notifications. Just make sure you hit that bell, because YouTube be crazy lately. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links, of course, in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld. And as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule. Anime and manga for life, boy. Bow. Have an awesome day. Can't forget the music though. Hold on, let me play y'all a little something.
Make sure your next move is your best move. Feeling smothered, I guess less. But always remember, no matter the weather, I was October through to September. Whenever you needed, whatever you needed. Every girl hated is how you were treated. Gave you the town, gave you the city. No one would do what I did with a pity.